You're about to see Mehdi Hasan armed with undeniable facts as he completely dismantles an IDF spokesman's attempt to gaslight the world about the war in Gaza. The spokesman's response is a complete and total meltdown. If you believe in speaking truth to power, show your support by hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a video. Now let's watch this together and I'll give my 2 cents at the end.
So on this hospital attack, let's just be very clear here, because so much gaslighting going on here. First of all, I'm old enough to remember October 2023 when the world went mad to suggest that Israel would ever attack a hospital. We were told for months Israel would never attack a hospital. Now they proudly attack a hospital and try and justify it with nonsense justifications. We attacked it because there was a Hamas camera on the roof. First of all, it wasn't a Hamas camera, it was a Reuters camera. Reuters already gave the Israeli military their positions. There were no Hamas cameras on the roof. It's a ridiculous new phase of Israeli propaganda to say it was a Hamas camera justified killing 20 people,
Mehdi,
which was insane. Okay, let me speak. If you stop interrupting, then I'll deal with that lie. You already said it.
You said there was
let Mehdi respond.
No, you're lying.
Hamas terrorists.
Let Mehdi respond.
I never get through a single answer on this show.
Let Mehdi respond.
6 Hamas operatives were not killed. You claim they were killed. No evidence has been provided to the international media that there were 6 Hamas operatives there. In fact, the 6 photos that were released here, 2 of them were killed the day before. One of them was a well-known local firefighter who Israel had already dealt with. They were not 6 Hamas operatives who were killed in that strike. As for it being a mistake, how can it be a mistake, Piers, when it was a double? Can you shut up so I can finish a sentence?
It doesn't make it true.
Piers, am I going to get to speak on this show?
Jonathan,
you're just going to let one person speak all the time?
But I mean, if you're going to lie and you're going to expect me to
you both accuse each other of lying all the time.
Well, I'm debunking your lies.
Let Mehdi respond, then you can respond back.
And the world can see that... Jonathan, we're on Piers Morgan. I get to speak. We're not in Gaza. You don't get to kill me as a journalist. I get to speak here and point out that the journalists were killed in a double-tap strike. There's no way you can call that a mistake.
The only thing you do in life is
He can't shut up, can he, Piers?
The only thing you do in life is lie and take money from the
I'm going to keep speaking and make my point. Like I said. All right, let me know, Piers, when I can speak.
Jonathan, please let him respond.
Because he won't shut up. I need to be able to make a point.
No one can understand you when you talk over each other.
6 Hamas operatives were not killed.
Mehdi, finish your point.
6 Hamas operatives were not killed. I barely started it. 6 Hamas operatives were not killed. Israel claims they were killed. It's been debunked. 20 people were killed, including 5 journalists. It couldn't have been a tragic mistake, as Jonathan claims, because it was a double-tap strike. The Israeli media have reported that the Israeli military did it deliberately. In Israel, in Hebrew, they're not saying it was accident. They said it was a coordinated attack. A double-tap strike. How do you explain a second strike 9 minutes later? There is no mistake. It's what Boko Haram, ISIS, Al-Qaeda do. It's deliberately to kill emergency responders. 972, an Israeli media organization, says it is now standard procedure for the Israeli military to do double-tap strikes. Last summer in Mawasi, the New York Times has video of the Israelis doing a double-tap strike on Palestinian paramedics. You know what Israel said at the time, Piers? We will investigate this incident. Guess what? A year later, no investigation. No one was charged. No one was punished. They always say this to gullible interviewers in the West. Well, we're investigating this mistake. Not a single Israeli soldier has gone to prison for killing anyone in Gaza since October 2023. You'll remember, Piers, I said that to Alan Dershowitz on your show. I remain to be fact-checked. It is true. Nobody went to prison for killing 15 paramedics in April. Nobody went to prison for the Mawasi double attack last summer. No one will go to prison for killing 20 people in this hospital. Jonathan and his military love to do war crimes, and no one holds them to account.
Jonathan?
Nonsense. Israeli officers have been removed from their positions.
Jonathan, who's gone to prison? Who's gone to prison?
Israeli
you said nonsense, Jonathan. Who's gone to prison? I was right.
I said nonsense, which is everything that comes from your mouth is either Hamas propaganda or
Mehdi, let him answer.
And
name the person who's gone to prison. He's not answering. Name the person who's gone to prison. You and Alan Dershowitz cannot name a single Israeli soldier who has gone to prison.
Let me hear him what he has to say.
IDF soldiers have been disciplined and sent to military prison for misconduct, and they are still open investigations.
Not a single Israeli soldier has gone to prison for killing a Palestinian since October 2023.
By the military advocate general about yes, they have. I don't remember the name, but I know
you're lying.
Several
Anyone
Israeli
can Google
soldiers.
it right now.
No,
Jonathan Conricus is lying to you.
You can Google.
In April, 15 Palestinians
you can
were
say
killed.
Whatever you want. You can continue
no one went to prison.
To make
it's
up
a fact.
half
Google
truths
it. Sky News has the story.
and
Sky
sprinkle
News has the
lies
story.
as much
We're
as you want.
We're on YouTube, Jonathan.
I know
People
for
can
a fact,
Google that you're lying
I know
right
for a
now.
fact that Israeli soldiers
Sky
have
News
been
investigation,
disciplined.
April
Even
2025,
sent,
15 paramedics killed.
Mehdi,
Not a
for
single
someone who
soldier was
complains
charged.
about being interrupted,
Mehdi, you
sure
don't
are
like it when he
interrupting a lot.
interrupts
Yeah.
you, Mehdi. Let him
Yes,
speak.
I am interrupting Jonathan.
Yeah,
I
but
am
let him
interrupting
speak. You don't
Jonathan.
like it when he does it.
interrupted. You
So I'm
sure
going to fact
interrupt a
check
lot.
your lies. That's
All right.
how it works, Jonathan. That's how it
Mehdi,
works,
you're not in a
Jonathan. You don't get
position
run
to
your mouth
fact
here
check
and kill
anything.
journalists here.
You're a mouth for hire.
We're not-
You're a
I am-
paid
I'm not
propagandist. Who are you to
fact-checking
fact check
The
anything?
viewers are fact-checking.
You are a
The
mouth
viewers are
for
fact-checking
hire
you.
with
Go
no
on Sky
moral
News right
tethering
now.
in the world.
Go
You're
on
a
Sky
mouthpiece
News.
for Hamas
Go on
and for
Sky
Qatari
News
money.
website right
Who are
now.
you to fact check anybody?
April 2025.
Mehdi, you are a paid
April
mouth.
2025.
You're a
Sky
paid
News did the
mouth in a
investigation.
suit. Who
April
are you to
2025.
fact check anybody?
April
Who are you to
2025,
fact
Jonathan.
check? You have no legal
April
standing. You have no
2025,
moral
Jonathan, killed
standing.
15
You have no
paramedics.
factual standing, Mehdi.
April
The last
2025.
time you
Google it.
visited anywhere
Guys that are
near
on
a
Google,
war
April
zone
2025.
was maybe 20 years
I'm
ago.
not
You realise
Palestinian
nobody
Jordan
can
Gaza,
understand the
Jonathan.
word you
can't
guys
just
are
shoot
saying,
me.
right?
I
I mean, you
get to
do
speak.
realise that.
Who are you to fact
Well,
check,
they can
Mehdi?
see
You
it.
are a
Do you
paid
realise when you
propagandist.
both talk at the
Nothing
same
more.
time, nobody can hear either of you? You realise that, right? I mean, we all
Piers,
understand.
You should have got him to stop
Everybody
interrupting for the
understands that
entire
when
show
you
then,
both talk
shouldn't
at
you?
once, nobody hears you. So I don't understand why you can't just take
Well,
it
you
in
can
turns.
both sides it, Piers, as
you
you
both,
want.
you both find
But
the
you know
others
very clearly that
interrupting.
Jonathan spent the
Well,
entire
you both hate the other one
segment
interrupting you, then you both
You
do
know
it
that,
yourselves. Why don't you
And
try
Piers,
and
who did all
practice
the
what you
interrupting
preach
for
to
the first
pair
half
of
of
you?
the show? Be honest.
Huh?
Piers, who did all the interrupting for the first half of the
Piers,
show? Be honest.
Everyone
will
there a
I think
you
if
know
we
who did all
actually
the
add
Are we
up
going
now
to
the
listen
number of
to the Qatari
interruptions, Mehdi,
mouthpiece?
you're right up there with Jonathan.
Now, you don't get to start at the end. Well, you don't start at the end, Piers. I'm reacting,
even more
remember?
than that, Mehdi. Yeah, no, you're not reacting. You're instigating, and you are a
You just
mouth
want to
that
silence
is
me,
being paid
like you
by
silence every
various
journalist
sources.
in Gaza. You kill journalists to silence them. You can't handle people.
represent
You can't handle the fact that you can't
represent
kill me.
Sharia. You represent
you want
a
to.
hatred of Western society.
Jonathan, let me
you
ask you a question.
represent
All right,
dubious
I
am Western,
clandestine
you
racist.
interests.
Let me ask
from
you a
the
question,
Middle East.
Jonathan.
Shit.
Let me
I am
ask you a
Western.
question, Jonathan.
I am Western.
Let
I'm
me
born in
ask
the
Jonathan a
West.
What was
question,
the question,
please.
Piers? I
You
can't
Let
racist.
me
hear because
ask a
there's
question,
people
born in the
please.
West.
screaming.
Please. Otherwise, I'll just stop it. It's pointless.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jonathan.
what a waste of time this is.
Jonathan, I want to ask you a question,
Piers.
I
Jonathan.
thought I was coming on to debate John Spencer.
I'm listening.
Not this ridiculous war criminal.
Yeah, you're ridiculous, Mehdi. A small man far away from action who represents nothing.
But I'm not
That's
a war
what you
criminal.
are.
You're the one who's in a military that's being investigated
No,
by the
and
International
neither am
Criminal
I.
Court and the International Court of Justice.
Okay.
A
Yes,
former
you are
member
actually. You're part
of
of
a
a
military that
that's being
actually stand for
investigated
something
at
and
the
defend
ICJ
something.
and the ICC.
Not just a mouth
you
for
were
hire.
You were a Julius Streicher
Not just a
propagandist
mouth
for the Israeli
for hire
military
that's
lying
paid
about
by
every
I don't
war
know
crime
whom to,
that was
to
committed.
slander Israel.
I'm gonna leave it there, and you can carry on talking to each other. It's a bit pointless because no one can understand a word you're saying. I'm very glad you both set the right tone for not
You
interrupting
should have
each other.
moderated better, Piers.
But it's a shame because actually it was an interesting
Well,
debate.
you should have moderated better at the beginning, Piers, because I don't like being interrupted.
I'm
all
sure
the
the
time,
viewers
so
will
obviously I'm gonna
conclude
hit
that
back, so
I'm
maybe
the
you should have
problem
stopped your
here.
guess.
I'm sure they will. But
I
thank you
think they
both.
will in the first
By the
half,
way,
Piers.
Piers,
when
I'm sure
you
the viewers
interrupted me
will
every time.
My
conclude
invitation still
that the
stands.
endless interruptions
Piers,
by
my
both of you
invitation still
is my
stands.
Well,
fault.
every time I come on this show, I get interrupted by Dershowitz, by... I don't
Yeah,
get-
but you then keep
I'm not-
interrupting
as I said,
them as
I'm
well.
not-
Maybe because you're so full
Yes,
of it, Mehdi.
that's what
Maybe
happens,
because
Piers.
the lies that you
can't
say
do
are so full
asymmetric
of it.
warfare. That's exactly
Maybe
what
because
happens.
you're so
I'm not
full
gonna,
of
I'm not going to
it
play
that
by one set of
even
rules
people that
where he
normally
gets
are
to
very
interrupt
civilized
me.
hear you tell lie after lie and have to respond to it because you
Civilized?
lie. Constantly
You're part of a military
lie.
that rapes
you open
Palestinian
your
women.
mouth
Okay,
and
well,
you lie.
welcome back
And you're
to the
the last
viewers.
person on
You
earth
rape-
being
your
fact
been a
military
nice
rapes
summer, and now we're
Palestinian
back
men
to
and
this.
women.
All right.
And
Thank you both very much. I
Piers,
appreciate it.
my invitation still stands, by the way, Piers. If we're still on, my invitation still stands for you to come to
Yeah, but I have no.
Gaza.
Here's
More
the
than happy
point,
to
Jonathan.
make
I have
that
no
happen.
interest in being led by the IDF to what you guys want me to see. My only interest is in allowing great international independent journalists from the major news organizations who are genuine war correspondents, which I'm not, to go and do their jobs. And the longer they're not allowed to do it, the more the stench of suspicion grows. That the reason for that is that the Israeli government does not want the world to see what is really going on.
Wow, so that right there was a masterclass in how to destroy a propaganda narrative. It wasn't a debate, it was a demolition. Let's break down the genius of Hasan's strategy. He didn't just bring opinions, he brought receipts. The international genocide scholars, the Israeli military's own leaked data, the documented proof of double tap strikes. He built an ironclad, inescapable case based on facts. And what was the IDF spokesman's response? A complete meltdown into a barrage of pathetic personal smears. Hamas propagandist, mouthpiece for Hamas. These aren't arguments, they are the desperate flailings of a man who has been intellectually and morally cornered and has absolutely nothing left. Mehdi's line, "We're not in Gaza, so you don't get to kill me as a journalist," is an all-time classic. It wasn't just a comeback, it was a devastating indictment of the brutal reality on the ground. This is what real accountability looks like. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to press the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.